I don't like cats. For many years, that sentence was part of one family's routine in Águas Lindas de Goiás, Brazil. And no one could have imagined that a tiny cat with a huge personality would completely change the way they saw felines forever. But all it took was one simple moment for millions of people online to realize that love sometimes arrives in the most unexpected way. Sitting calmly on top of a table, a tricolor cat received gentle pets while listening to a handmade little song sung lovingly by a woman who once swore she would never own a cat. The scene was simple, spontaneous, and full of affection, but it touched people deeply because it showed something much bigger than just a funny moment. It felt like watching the beginning of a relationship built slowly through trust, patience, and genuine love. The cat's real name is Juma, but inside the house, almost everyone calls her by another name, Little Stubborn, and honestly, it fits her perfectly. Juma is the kind of cat who makes her boundaries very clear. Hugs, kisses, and excessive cuddling are definitely not her favorite things. If someone insists too much, she has no problem reminding them that she has already had enough. After all, many cats have their own unique way of showing affection. Unlike many dogs, who usually accept attention at any moment, cats often prefer to control interactions themselves. They choose when they want to sit on someone's lap, when they want pets, and even how long the interaction should last. And that doesn't mean they don't love their humans. It simply means they express trust differently. Anyone who lives with cats quickly learns how to read their silent language. A tail moving too fast, ears turning backward, a tense body, all these little signs are their way of saying, okay, that's enough for now. And Juma communicates that better than anyone. Her owner, Eduarda Bertolo, already knows exactly how the little tricolor cat behaves. With her, every display of affection must go through a very strict approval process first. Otherwise, a warning paw might arrive immediately. Even so, Juma won over the entire family precisely because of her authentic, funny, and strong personality. But inside that house, there is one very special exception. One person who somehow makes the stubborn little cat forget all her own rules. Lena, Eduarda's mother. With her, Juma becomes a completely different cat. Hugs, allowed. Kisses, also allowed. Those loving grandma squeezes, no problem at all. It almost seems like she transforms into another animal entirely. And it was exactly this relationship that ended up touching millions of people online. The viral moment happened shortly after Juma had been spayed. She was feeling more sensitive, more needy, and looking for comfort. Eduarda was in her bedroom when she suddenly heard her mother singing somewhere in the house. Right away, she suspected the song was probably for the cat, but she never expected the scene she was about to find. When she walked into the room, there was Juma sitting peacefully on the table while Lena gently petted her and sang a little song made especially for her. You are stubborn, stubborn, you never listen to us, stubborn, 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 and the funniest part was Juma's reaction. Completely calm, quiet, relaxed, no attempts to run away, no complaints. It almost looked like she truly understood every word being sung to her. That moment felt so special because it showed the kind of bond that only happens when an animal feels completely safe with someone. Cats are known for forming deep but highly selective emotional connections. When a cat truly trusts a person, they show it in subtle ways. Staying relaxed on someone's lap, slowly blinking, accepting affection peacefully, these are all huge signs of love in the feline world. And Juma seemed fully comfortable there. What makes the story even more surprising is that nobody in that family ever imagined feeling this way about a cat. For years, they considered themselves dog people. At one point, they even had several dogs living in the house at the same time. Because of previous experiences with other people's cats, they believed felines simply weren't for them. But life had different plans. Juma appeared unexpectedly at the school where Lena worked. At the time, the family was dealing with rats inside the house and thought adopting a cat might help solve the issue. But that plan changed almost immediately. The tiny kitten quickly stopped being seen as a hunter and became something much more important. She became the princess of the family. Little by little, Juma completely transformed the way everyone in the house saw cats. Because anyone who lives with a feline learns that every cat has a unique personality. Some are independent. Others follow their humans everywhere. Some love hiding in quiet corners. Others want to stay close all day long. And Juma found her own way to love. Sometimes distant, sometimes stubborn, sometimes full of boundaries. But always present. Maybe that's exactly why the video touched so many people online. Millions watched because they recognized that quiet and genuine love pets bring into a home. The improvised song, the gentle affection, the relaxed little cat, and the loving pet grandma energy turned an ordinary moment into something impossible to watch without smiling. Many people commented that making up songs for pets is practically a universal tradition among pet parents. And honestly, it really seems true. Anyone who deeply loves an animal eventually creates nicknames, conversations, songs, and even entire silly languages without even noticing, because love for pets reveals itself in the smallest everyday moments. Eduarda later shared that one of the most beautiful parts of the video was noticing that her mother wasn't holding Juma forcefully. She was simply petting her gently, and the cat stayed there because she wanted to, because she felt safe, because she trusted her completely. And maybe that is exactly what makes cats so special. They do not show affection just to please people. When they choose to stay close, it's because they truly want to. Today, the family that once said they didn't like cats cannot imagine life without their little Timosina. The tiny tricolor cat changed opinions, transformed routines, and proved that sometimes one single animal can completely change the way we see the world. And in the end, Lena ended up eating her own words in the sweetest way possible. The woman who once claimed she wanted nothing to do with cats now sings little songs to a stubborn cat while petting her like a baby. And Juma, in her own unique way, seems to love every second of it. Now tell us, has a pet ever completely changed the way your family sees animals? Subscribe to the channel and keep following real news and heartwarming stories.